So today's topic is branding with social media. And as I mentioned, my name is Jaci Russo, and I'm a senior partner with the Russo Group. We are a collective of about 15 to 17 people, depending on the day. And we do branding work for companies all over the country. We have the good fortune of being able to do a lot of work on the national scene, and that's great. But our bread and butter, our true core audience is local clients like yourself. And it's great because we get to bring these national practices and scale them down and get them to work on a local level, which is awesome. We will cover three major topics today. Branding, because really, as far as I'm concerned, since I run a branding agency, I think it's the most important thing in the world. And then we're going to talk about social media and integration. You can have social media all day long, but if you don't have the branding foundation, it won't be successful for you. And so that's why we really have paired them together. So let's start with what is branding. I feel like you have to have definitions so we're all on the same page. And I'm going to start by telling you what branding is not. A brand is not a company. What it means. It also doesn't mean logo. That BMW, that Apple, that M, that swoosh, those are logos. Those are part of a brand identity system. And a brand identity system includes the logo, the business card, the paper, letterhead, envelopes, note cards. That's a system that portrays your brand identity, but it's not actually your brand. A brand is also not a product. The burger, the car, the iPod, the tennis shoe, those are not brands. Those are burgers, iPods, cars, and tennis shoes. Those are products that a company makes that they put their logo on, which is part of their brand identity. But a brand, plain and simple, is how a person feels about you. Your company, your product, your bank, your restaurant, their perception, their gut feeling, their instinct, their emotional response to you. That is your brand. We used to call it reputation. Those two words are interchangeable. And so it's an important but distinct difference, because as we get through this today, you're going to want to think that you control your brand, but you don't. You're going to want to think that you can send out your brand plan and get everybody on your brand page, but you can't, because it's only about how people feel about you. And so that's what we're going to talk about. And why is branding so important? Well, first and foremost, because there's too many choices. In the old days, it was simple. But that trust, that consistent delivery of the promise is what creates trust. And trust is what creates loyalty. And that's what matters. Because when you have people who are loyal, they will become brand advocates. And a lot of different companies will give you a lot of different terminology for this. They'll say they're brand evangelists. They'll say it's word-of-mouth marketing, any of those things. And that's all true, but we call it brand advocates because they believe and proclaim about your product, company, service, etc. And that's what we're all working towards. So let's talk about the brand promise. Can a brand promise be price? Can a brand promise be service? Can a brand promise be the best product ever? No. Those are just promises.